Do you believe that Russia's strategy in the Middle East is the most effective way to combat the growing threat of groups such as ISIS?
I think it's important to remember that Russia's strategy in the Middle East is primarily about reasserting Russia's role in the region and defending Russia against what it considers to be a long-term threat of ISIS or that kind of jihadism coming out of the Middle East into Russia. That certainly has been their objective from the beginning, alongside a third objective, which has been to defend the rights of regimes against being overthrown by the United States, i.e. the principle of non-interference. Is this the best way to combat extremism? I think what we're seeing in Syria certainly is a case where their support for the government has further implanted that government and will both create security but also long-term hatred for the regime.
You mentioned that the Chinese government derives its legitimacy largely from its economic success. How do you think the economic slowdown will affect its legitimacy, and what should the government do to prepare for it?
I think what you're seeing in the steps that the government has taken, both in terms of proactively shifting the balance of the economy, trying to address overcapacity in various industries, while ensuring that the party remains in control politically, demonstrates that they understand both the source of their legitimacy and where potential weakness can come from. So when we look forward, I think that's where you should look for potential risks to stability in China, not for political reasons, but for economic reasons.
Do you believe that there are going to be long-term consequences, both domestically and internationally, of the type of divisive rhetoric being espoused by prominent politicians such as Donald Trump?
What you're seeing around the world, and Trump is of course not alone, but it matters that it's the candidate for, one of the two candidates for President of the United States talking like this, is certainly when it comes to the United States' role in the world, which of course is increasingly going to be challenged in its position as the hegemon, is that to the extent that rhetoric like that is used, it risks forfeiting a fundamental source of America's power, which has been the benefit of the doubt. And that kind of rhetoric, I think, can put at risk that position and that standing and just make it much harder to execute leadership.